Hey, what's up everybody? My name is Ryan Zemla, Z-Man Kicks, and I'm going to be doing my first YouTube video today. Started collecting Jordans back in January of 2017. About a little over 2 years, I'm up to 50 pairs of shoes, 44 of those in my collection being Air Jordans. First Jordan in my collection, Champagne 6s. I'd say that's a pretty good start in my opinion for a first Jordan. Z-Man Kicks, it's my Instagram. Started that in about May of 2018. Only was doing Instagram, and I thought to myself, you know, I'd really think it'd be a good idea to start doing YouTube with this. Pretty cool collection. I have a fairly good knowledge of sneakers, and I work construction. That's not really my real passion. My real passion is shoes and mainly Jordans. Those are the main things in my collection are Jordans. I'm going to do a top 10 collection for y'all today. There's going to be a couple honorable mentions and one that did not make my list sadly just due to the overall disappointment that it made. It was a lot of people's sneaker of the year 2018. Just the hype around it and then how much it kind of underperformed, I guess, in a way. Cactus Jack 4s. I was really looking forward to this shoe releasing. Got it the month it came out in June of 2018. I think everybody who has a pair of these knew that the quality control and the glue stains on it was just really bad. You know, these originally were 13K in numbers and kind of fell through, so really poor craftsmanship with it. As you can see, that's for me wearing it. Scuffs on the toe box. That's for me. I wear my kicks, so this isn't exactly what it looked like when I first got it, but just the glue stains really kind of for me. But this is definitely still a dope shoe. I really do like the colorway, and it's 4. You can't go wrong with 4s and Cactus Jack on the heel. This is still one of my favorite shoes in my collection. If they didn't make it so crappy, it'd probably be in my top 5, but with the poor job being designed, it fell out of my top 10. Cactus Jack 4. My couple honorable mentions are 2018 Nike Air Black Cement 3s with the Nike Air on the back. Iconic shoe. Don't wear these as much as what I probably should. A little bit of creasing. Still do wear them, but classic color. You wear black, white, red, or gray. It's going to match your fit. Definitely one that you can't go wrong copping with. A Black Cement 3 Air Jordan. Last honorable mention, there were some dye problems going on with the yellowing on the Mellow 13s with from his high school with Oak Hill. They kind of were held off for a couple months and then they came back into the outlets for like 150 or 160 or something like that, and then people were like, oh, those are B grades, that's a shitty shoe. No, you're just saying that because they released the outlets. These are a fucking amazing shoe. You know, I love 13s, the colorway black and yellow, it's awesome, and it's kind of cool that it's given honor to Carmelo Anthony's high school. This one just barely missed the cut, but I'm a really big fan of these Carmelo Anthony 13s. Number 10 on my list is going to be the For the Love of the Game 9s. These released in 2010. I haven't seen that many people that had these. I don't know if I just haven't been looking good enough, I guess, but it took me a little while to find these in my size. I got all my kicks except for 2 of them, which would be the Supreme Uptempo Gold and the Champagne 8s. Are either a 12 or a 13. Those 2 that I just said are a 12 and a half. Now, those are really odd. Not a lot of being sold on StockX at a 12 and a half. So all my other shoes are a 12 or a 13. I was actually my second most recent cop at SneakerCon Cleveland almost 2 weeks ago. Walking around for about 2-3 hours looking for either other shoe that's on my list that we'll get to in a little bit, and this is the only one that I found. There were other people that had smaller sizes, like a 9, 10 and a half there. Finally came across somebody that had a 10 and I was ecstatic. I've been looking for these for about a year and a half, and I got them for a steal. These are just amazing. I love that little For the Love of the Game patch on the back instead of the normal 23. It's just a little detail like that I really love a lot about this shoe. And the colorway is awesome too. You got white patent leather, and then you got your like Carolina blue, UNC blue suede up top, and this is definitely a cool shoe. And this is my number 10 on my list, is the For the Love of the Game 9s. And number 9 favorite shoe in my collection is going to be kind of like a mixture of OG and then going to hype too. It's a little bit of like both of them combined, which is why I like it so much. Free Throw Line 3s. So it's pretty much a white cement 3, has Nike Air on the back. The bottom of the left shoe is what is like probably the biggest difference of this and the original OG white cement 3, and that is the free throw line, or the red stripe on the left shoe. As you can see, I wear them. They're not super see-through blue like when they are dead stock when I first got them. I actually got these at SneakerCon in 2018. That was my cop there, but it's a little bit discoloration because I wear them, but still a dope shoe. In the famous picture of Jordan dunking from the free throw line, in the background is the clock, and at that time it says 3:51 when he took off. in midair, and if you pull back the heel tab, it says 351, which I thought was a really cool but subtle design. Obviously it's subtle since it's hidden behind the heel tab. You can't see it unless you like walk with your heels like that, but you can't do that with an Air Jordan 3. It's a little hidden, so that doesn't even like detriment the fact of it being an OG. So without even seeing that, it still looks like the OG white cement 3, except for the clear see-through bottoms. Behind the tongue is 147, which was Jordan's score in his last 3 dunks, which is out of 150. So 147 out of 150. Killed it. He did amazing. Number 9, Air Jordan 3 free throw line. Number 8 on my list, Air Jordan 6 Slam Dunk. This is a crazy shoe. This is based off of like the Japanese comics Hanamichi Sakuragi. It's a super dope shoe. It's a red 6, which red on a 6 is gonna instantly do numbers. It's crazy, but this was actually pretty limited. I heard a lot of people say that this is like a Grail shoe of theirs, which was one of mine, but I have it now, so I guess it is a Grail of mine since I have it in hand right now. But it's a super dope shoe. One of the few things that I like about it a lot are that instead of the 23 patch on the side, you got 10, so you could rock it with like a Rodman jersey or a throwback DeRozan Toronto jersey, but it's pretty much all red. It's got 3M on it, and it has Hanamichi Sakuragi playing in his high school days, and then also you got writing on the toe box that says mine is now. A couple of cool little extra designs in there that I think are really cool and really make this shoe like one of a kind. Number 8 on my list is the Slam Dunk 6s. And number 7 on my list, we have pretty exclusive Air Jordan 13. These were released overseas. They had another colorway, which were the away version of these. These are the CP313 Homes. The away ones, they released in states, so they were a little more easier to cop. They were a black upper instead of white with 3M, that same baby blue color, and then it was yellow where it's like purple, and then on the bottom it was yellow too. But these ones have purple in place of the yellow. Dark purple is one of my favorite colors, so anytime that they add that onto a men's Jordan, it's instantly going to be one I want to go after. These are a Chris Paul PE from when he played with the Hornets when he started his career at. These are just awesome. I love these. White, baby blue, like that Hornets blue, and then the purple goes perfect together. Number 7 on my list is the Chris Paul 13 Home. Number 6 on my list is going to be the Motorboat Joe 9. These are actually my most recent pickup, and these are ones I was looking for a couple of years too. These released in 2012 along with the Kilroy pack, which I have one other one in the Kilroy pack, which is the Fonte Montanas. Out of the Kilroy pack, it were these, the Fonte Montanas, the Slim Jenkins, the Calvin Bailey, the Crawfish, the Johnny Kilroys, obviously. I really do like the Kilroys. These are my favorite, but the Kilroys I really like a lot because on the back, instead of 23, they have 4, and 4 is my favorite number. But these are my favorite. The thing I really like about the Kilroy packs is that on the tongue, where it would say Air Jordan, that is the name of that shoe. So this one is Motorboat Jones. That's what it says on the tongue. On the Fonte Montanas, it says Fonte Montana. Extra like add-on to it, which I think makes it unique. And it's an all red 9 pretty much. That nice suede, and then with the super thin black stitching going around right there, makes it one of my favorite Air Jordan. Number 6 on my list is the Air Jordan 9 Motorboat Jones. Alright, now getting into my top 5 Jordan. Number 5 is going to be the Air Jordan 2 Dornbecker, also known as the Peacocks. These released in 2007. They were the first Air Jordan Dornbecker to release. The retail they released for was $140, which is crazy to think about because these can like resell for $1,000 or more on StockX and like a 13, which is pretty crazy to think about. These were created by Sheridan Brenton, and he totally knocked it out of the park with these. You got the black leather right here, and then you got these awesome designs right up here in green, and then the yellow stripes going around it. It just looks so slick. Air Jordan 2 Dornbecker Peacock is number 5 on my top 10 collection. On to number 4, we have the Air Jordan 8 Dornbecker. I was wanting these for a long time, and I finally got them at the end of last year. There's a lot of cool things about the Dornbecker Hospital. Like obviously, all the proceeds go to the Dornbecker Hospital. You know, I think it's really cool that they actually like let the kid get a blank canvas, and then they just get to go into their own world and create like an Air Jordan. That would just be so cool to be able to do. Caden Lampert did amazing with these Air Jordan 8s. On the side, you got, it says rock on in like a bright like yellowish like chrome. You can see with the light going, it like shines at different angles. It says rock on. Up here, it says brave in one of these little circles. That says Air Jordan on one of the straps. And then it says believe on the other one with like a fingerprint going up there on the next one. And then usually on the straps of an Air Jordan 8, you have number 23 for Jordan, but this one you got 14 for Caden Lampert's number. If you move the straps up, you got the names Blake and Rylan going up on the straps, but you got CL on this little like lace tip thing right there. On the left shoe, you got the Air Jordan symbol in that cool coloring of the blue, orange, yellow. On the right one, got like this like cool snake going right up on the tongue, which I think is really cool. And on the back of the tongue, you got like a little DJ box and stuff like that. It's cool. And on the back of the heel strap, you got like a yellow like cancer ribbon. Super dope. I'm really a big fan of these, and that's why number 4 on my collection is the Air Jordan 8 Dornbeckers. Number 3 on my list is a little bit of a story, I could say, because pretty much 90% of these kicks I got from StockX or Go, except for these ones and another pair. These ones are my only cop off of Flight Club. Just crazy. If you know Flight Club, their prices are a lot higher than StockX. A lot higher than StockX. That's why I usually stay away from Flight Club. These released July 15th of 2017. These are the Air Jordan 9 Pinnacle Pack in the hazelnut colorway. How it went is that Jordan retired from basketball and he went to play baseball. To kind of like celebrate that, Jordan brand released in the summer of 2017 this baseball pack, and you didn't know what colorway you'd get. It was $250 set for retail. On the box where like it would show your size and the tags, it would say multicolor, multicolor, multicolor. So you didn't know what pair you were gonna get. And I think a lot of people were kind of thrown off on the idea of spending $250 in a black or like you didn't know what you were gonna get. And there's so many mainly black Jordans out there that I think a lot of people were kind of eerie of it. So I'm looking on Flight Club. It says image coming soon, but then it says Jordan 9 Pinnacle. So I click on it, and then under like the color tag it says hazelnut. And I'm like, this can't be true. And for $350 is what they were going for. So it was $100 more than retail. But considering there was, from what I heard, 2,000 pairs total of them released, and 90% was the black Baron colorway, and 10% was the Scottsdale Scorpions, which is what, 10% of 2,200. I couldn't not spend the extra $100 to get the Pinnacles when you knew what color you were gonna get. Who would want to waste $250 and then get the colorway that you didn't want? This one is literally just like a baseball glove. Got the cool like little ribbons in there. It's really cool. On the back you got white stitch 35. That was his number with the Scottsdale Scorpions. I think the brown ones just totally knocked the black ones out of the park. I might cop the black ones sometime down the line because their resale value isn't as high as the brown ones. It's not a must cop, but it definitely is a super cool idea. But number 3 on my list is the Air Jordan 9 Pinnacle Pack Hazelnut. Number 2 on my list is the J2K Obsidian 7s. This is a pretty rare sneaker right here. Don't know a lot of people that have it. SneakerCon Chicago. This is what I'm going to be wearing. I'm a big fan of 7s, like I said earlier. These released in August of 2012 along with the Filbert. These mainly obsidian going up, and then on the tongue is the Filbert part of the color. The Filbert ones, mainly Filbert with blue obsidian tongue. The main thing I like about these is the quality and this patchwork right here. Like, this is just out of this world. You got the triangles like all around. From what I heard around the time that Nike had its trash talk program about like recycled materials, and that's what these like were like kind of like made because of. These were not super like liked when these first released. They were getting a lot of hate on due to like the uniqueness and how it was like different than most Jordans, but you know, a lot of people like these now, and these are definitely a hard shoe to cop nowadays. And lastly, one other cool thing about the J2K7 is that August 4th was when these arrived. In the picture right here on the back side of them, you can see a little bit of that green StockX tag. When you look up sales for a 13, the only 13 that has been sold on StockX in these was bought on July 29th, which is when I got these. So these have came out, like I said, in August of 2012. It's gonna be 7 years and almost like 3 months, and only one size 13 has been sold on StockX in almost 7 years. So I'm pretty blessed to own this sneaker, and that is one of the many reasons why I like this shoe so much, and that is why it's number 2 on my top 10 collection. Lastly, but definitely not leastly, because this is my favorite shoe in my whole collection, number 1 is the Shanghai Shen 5. Now these are absolutely without a question my grail. Just kind of looking up like prices and like just the pictures, and these always caught my eye. These were the shoes that I wanted more than any shoe out there. I was fortunate enough to say in April of 18 I finally was able to get it. These were not from StockX or Go. I actually got these on Stadium Goods, and there was a super good coupon going around. They were going for like $8.75 on Stadium Goods. With the coupon that they had that day, they ended up dropping to $7.80, which size 12 or 13 and the Shanghai Shens go for way more than that. So the fact that I was able to get that for that price is crazy. I mean, like size 8, 9, and 10 usually go for about anywhere from like 600 to 900, and then once you get to like 11s, 12s, and 13s, they just skyrocket. From what I heard in Shanghai, which is where these were exclusively released, they have a lot more sizes available in like 8, 9, 10 and stuff like that. And then once you get up in the higher sizes, they don't make as many. Obviously the prices are going to be more, and especially if you're trying to get them from a resale like place like StockX or Go, and you can't get them for retail. So again, these released in 2013. After being released for 5 years, I was finally able to get them, and I love them. I wore them to SneakerCon Cleveland 2 weekends ago. I was walking around getting a lot of compliments about them, which was really cool, you know, talking to everybody and chatting up with a whole bunch of sneaker YouTubers. And I was talking to my favorite sneaker YouTuber, Unbreakable Kicks. It really made my day to know that he noticed these and was talking about how like dope of a shoe they are. Considering the guy has like 350 pairs himself, he's saying that these are such a hard shoe to get. It was cool to really like chat it up with him. These are always gonna be my favorite shoe, more than likely. Number 1 in my sneaker collection is the Shanghai Shen 5s. That wraps it up for my sneaker collection video. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And lastly, if there's any shoe that you saw on my wall that you would like a full in-depth review about, just comment what shoe you'd like me to do a review on, and I will do that for you guys. Thanks.